Kava in Vanuatu is known throughout the Pacific as being the best kava in the Pacific. And the reason that it's the best kava has to do with the soils, the climate, where we are located, our longitude and our latitude. So that's why kava in Vanuatu has the highest kava lactones of all kavas in the Pacific. Kava is very popular on two counts. One, because it is the single most grown crop in Vanuatu. Kava has been normally exported as a dried product. Now, the reason that it's been a dried product, it's because it's been the only way to get it from the remote regions into Port Vila. But as the kava has started to develop, we've got better shipping links and we've got better air freight. We've had kava from Tana, Epi, Malakula, Pentecost and Santo. Dried kava is a long process. The farmers would have to wash it, chop it, take off any bits that are not nice and leave it in the sun to dry. But this process will take 2 to 3 weeks with it getting damp. They have to bring it in of a night time. So the kava lactone is lost during that process. A certain percentage is lost. Fine Foods brings in green kava from the outer islands. When the kava arrives at the factory, it is in its natural state, in a sack which has dirt on it. So we start then the washing process. So before it even enters the factory, it must be washed very, very clean and any parts that are not acceptable removed before it even enters the factory. Once it enters the factory, it then goes through a sanitation process. And this is to get the kava really clean. So by the time we have got the kava into a frozen state, it is another 2 to 3 days. So in other words, the full kava lactones are captured within a week of it coming out of the ground. The frozen kava is just like somebody would experience in Vanuatu. It's a fresh kava that's captured at a particular moment. When you squeeze the kava after it's been frozen, it releases all the juices that you want to drink and leaves behind all the cellulose, the bits that you don't want to drink. So the actual taste is a lot cleaner, it's a lot smoother. There is no grit that you would get from, say, dry kava. It is really the best you can get.
We in Vanuatu make sure that the kava we trade is good, first of all, to ourselves and then to the international market. I think what Fine Foods is doing now, where it is processing fresh kava, packaging it, I think this is an excellent idea. The link that Fine Food has with farmers is an excellent thing because Fine Food set the standard that it requires for the farmer. So when the farmer is producing kava or any other product, it knows immediately what standard it has to have its raw material at in order for Fine Foods to buy it.
For Fine Foods as kava, as a drink, that then must comply with the importing country's requirements for food. We've had the kava tested. It has 0 contaminant in it. It is pure, no bacteria, no listeria, no coliform, no bacillus cereus. It's 100% clean. Well, kava traditionally is drunk by chiefs. So when the chiefs drink it, it is processed in a very particular way. What we've done at Fine Foods is try to replicate what the chiefs do to get the most premium product.